Hey everyone, V here, and welcome back to I Want to Hug That Gator. Last time, we went to school alone because unfortunately Olivia has a small problem with her wheelchair. We got into an argue with Ben and Mia, and I'm not quite sure how this is going to turn out for us in the long run. And then we got to spend some quality time with Olivia. We got to see her chest, and almost got crushed by her on the beanbag chair. I'm not complaining about this. Let's see how things continue. Oh, okay, so that was still in the middle of gaming session. Okay, she won. And I'm not surprised. It leaves a certain sting I don't think will ever heal. The uniform yet thoroughly disappointed grimaces on Damien and Vinny's faces tell me they won't let it heal either. There's a knock at the door. Vinny jumps up to get it. Hello? Hi, Dad. The figure stumbles in through the blizzard and removes his heavy jacket. Geez, this weather. Hey all. Inko, didn't expect you to still be here. Good evening, Randy. Randy tosses down a bag of salt that's on his shoulder to the living room floor with a loud thud. Playing games together, I see. I hope that means you all got your homework all squared away. Yeah, it's taken care of. Vinny threw his in the garbage disposal though. I didn't. See, he's denying it. Ha, hey, War Club, huh? Okay, Warhammer. Okay. So. No, he hasn't. It's embarrassing. First time then? Even if it were and he's just bad. Fine, you guys want to try? No way, this is something else. I'm watching this to the end. Thank you, Damien, really. Like, I know that this can be entertaining to watch, but it's also humiliating as all shit. Vinny nods in respectable agreement. Well, I'd join you kids, but it's my turn to figure out dinner tonight. Need something warm after everyone's been out in frigid cold all day. Your mother's nearly frozen solid. Something warm does sound good right about now. Oh, I just remembered. Hold on, I think I got something. Aha. I called out the coupon I was compensated with from the art contest. You still had it with you? 2 large 2-topping pizzas for $13. I'm unsure if Damien or Vinny's face lights up more at the mention of pizza, but Randy outshines both by the insane price drop. Even Olivia's heartbeat slightly intensifies. I mean, it's pizza, what do you expect? Holy moly, that's real? I pass it over to him. I haven't saving it for a while, seems like a pretty good time. Well, alright, let's make it a pizza party then. That smile is infectious. Randy takes a moment to dial the number and make the order. I go check in on Olivia, who is just as ecstatic as the Payne brothers. It's just pizza, no need to hyperventilate. I so need this right now. It'll still be about half hour. What's your favorite? Anchovies? Really? Yeah, they don't sell them much these days though. Something to keep in mind. Randy finishes his call and gives a celebratory fist bump. You're a lifesaver, Inko. I was planning on getting together some sashimi or something. Sophia said she finally wanted to try my specialty. Phew. We got two large meat lovers coming in. And this place is pretty fancy. They got that stuff you like, Olivia. So I asked for an extra pie, piled high with as much as they can put on it. Oh my god, that sudden change in face. The pupils. Olivia's face beams with joy, the end of her tail wagging like an excited puppy's. I take a distraction to snipe her from across the map. Oh, you dirty son of a... But you know what? I would do the same thing, so in a way I respect it. It's fair, he gotcha. Randy shoos Damien off his spot on the recliner. He joins us on the couch. We play a few more games, and I keep losing. But every time I would get close, she would come and clutch and completely annihilate me. I'm 100% certain she's doing this on purpose, like toying with us. Somehow a betting pool got started. Olivia's getting a few bucks from the rest, but I can't beat her even once. The pain's encouraging me as I get ever closer to actually scoring against Olivia. If anything, I want to get at least that tonight. At some point in all the excitement, the feeling occurs to me. Being in the comfort of a warm and inviting home surrounded by such caring people, having fun with my friends, it's like I have a real family. She doesn't cover while she reloads. Thanks. I see it. Hey, that's cheating! Nope, just insider information. He's gonna get you. Nope, that's how it's gonna be. I got one last trick up my sleeve. I think you're just scared. Hey! Oh, come on! I mean, okay, one thing, this looks freaking adorable. But yeah, that's cheating. Oh. So I guess, yeah. I guess we did not win. I don't know how any of you are keeping up with all this. Oh, that would be our dinner. Randy has put it over with a hand already reaching for his wallet. Pizza? What a special occasion. We're gonna treat ourselves good and eat good tonight, hon. That's the special occasion. Not that I'm complaining about pizza, but isn't delivery pricey these days? Randy returns with a box stacked on his arms, flashing the used coupon in his other hand to Sophia. Her face dons an expression similar to the others earlier. See? Okay everyone, get a plate and get some. Feel free to make a mess if you want cleanup duty. That's a freaking adorable family. Damien and Vinny leap from the positions and have their plates at the blink of an eye. They are filled to the delicious scent of salt and cheese as Randy opens up all the boxes. Damien and Vinny immediately dive for the meat lovers' pizza like ravenous sharks. That's kind of scary looking. The pepperoni and sausage pizza on the table looks appealing, but... Randy passes a plate with a slice of anchovy pizza over to Olivia. Thanks, Uncle Randy. Dang, the anchovy one actually looks pretty good. I don't think she'd mind if I sampled from hers. My hand slowly inches closer towards Olivia's plate. You're gonna lose a hand. Yep, mine. Taking a moment to assess my hand's integrity, I pursed my lips at her. Oh, come on, Liv, I just want to try it. Nope, anchovies are Gator girl only. You wouldn't take something from your girlfriend, would you, Inko? And those eyes, come on, that's unfair. She flutters her eyelashes at me while presenting a prominent pout. I just want to try it, though. More eyelash fluttering, and I can even see a moistness in her eyes. he trained this. Oh wow, she needs a new meaning to crocodile tears. But a devilishly clever idea spawns within my mind. After all, if she wants to play the girlfriend card, how about a trade or something? The thought fades away in her confusion. Trade for a bite? My confusion morphs to curiosity. Maybe. What are you offering? With a smile, I lean in closer to Olivia, and closer still. We are so going to smooch her. Olivia's face aflame with her blush, growing hotter and hotter by the second. I feel a puff of hot air from her nose flow against my chin. Her eyes are as wide as saucers now. This. My lips tap lightly on the edge of her mouth. Ha ha! Wah! The Gator girl is successfully stunned. Now is my chance. Quickly, I go in for the kill and chomp down on the slice she was holding onto. That reaction is lovely, though. I pull away from her while chewing on my hard-won prize. The pizza is very salty but rich with flavor. I can taste why she likes anchovies on her pizza. Olivia's eyes are still wide and her mouth is cycling open and closed. Ew, Mom! Inko gave Olivia cooties. Oh, come on. You will learn to appreciate it when you are older, kid. Food tastes best when stolen. Wow, Olivia, you okay? His hand waves inches in front of her face. I don't think she even notices. I think she blue-screened or something like that. With a sigh, Mrs. Payne leans over and taps Olivia's shoulder. That finally wakes her up. Her eyes are now shifting between me and the bite marks I left on her pizza. Eyelids lowering, she glowers at me while taking a bite of her defiled slice. Olivia makes quick work of the slice and then hands her plate to Sophia for another piece of fish-covered goodness. With everyone else focused on her meal, she leans in close. Dangerously close. We are so gonna get it. My cheeks warm up as Olivia whispers into my ear. You owe me more for the bite. She always had a bit of huskiness in her tone, but wow. The sun was hanging low by the time the pizza was finished, which meant it was time. It didn't take much to convince Damien and Mr. Payne to take me out to the fountain once Olivia fully explained why. We arrived at the deserted park just as the sun sank behind the horizon. Hurriedly, Damien, Randy, and I got to work. The male Paynes had the windscreen protector of Randy's car for me, doing their best to direct the remaining rays of light towards the fountain. The focus was just the details of it after all. The more references for Olivia, the better. No words, just the task at hand. Constantly moving to also keep warm and serious, the only thing to stop us was the daylight finally vanishing. My memory card was filled completely with reference shots for Olivia, a good 100 and some from every conceivable angle. And arriving back, Sophie had unfolded the couch into a bed for me. Okay, that's actually pretty damn heartwarming. It hadn't even occurred to me how late it could be, or how bad the weather could end up. I feel like I'm frozen to the core, combined with my clothes becoming damp from the melting frost. Instead, Olivia dragged me onto the lumpy mattress of the couch bed, sitting right beside me so I could go through the photos with her. The rest of the household slunk off to bed shortly after, leaving just us two in the living room. Just huddled together looking through my camera. We were the only ones still up. And while I wasn't cold anymore, Olivia insisted on keeping me warm by laying across my lap as if she were a very gator-shaped blanket, of course. Hey. She contorts herself around until she can look into my eyes. Yeah? About earlier. You still owe me. Come on, seriously? It was just a bite. Dude, she just wants another kiss. It wasn't just a bite. Her face is on fire, but her eyes remain locked on mine. That didn't count. What? That peck on the nose, that doesn't count. Olivia, I don't understand. Oh my god. That was our first kiss. Finally. First kiss. Oh. I didn't consider that it was our first kiss. Suddenly, my face begins to heat up rapidly. It just came to me and felt so natural to do it. Well, alright, She crosses her arms. Olivia might have looked intimidating if she weren't also splayed out across my lap while she did it. So we want an actual... with interest. A fair trade. Even as I look down at her with incredulity, Olivia maintains a serious face and posture. Locked in a staring contest with her, I feel my lack of shades has weakened my defenses. I cave in. Alright, I owe you a real kiss. And what else? I want to go on a date. An actual romantic date. The split second I get my chair back. Sounds like a fair deal. Alright. So, the first part. Olivia's hand reached up, latching onto the side of my head. I expected her to drag me down roughly, but instead I can feel her hands shake as she slowly guides me downward. It's awkward and slightly painful how I have to twist at my waist to meet her, but it's worth it. It's soft, chaste, skin and scale pressing lightly together. The hot air of our breath intermingles. I support myself with my arms over her. Her arms move from my head to around my neck. Our eyes grew heavy. I don't know who faded first, but Olivia clung to me as we drifted to sleep just like that. I stirred from my sleep as the morning sunlight begins peeking through the glass back door. It's quiet, the only sign of life is the light breathing of the girl holding me close. That's actually an adorable mental image. She's wrapped her arms around one of mine, gently nibbling my shoulder in her sleep. She's warm. I start drifting back to sleep, lulled in by Olivia's soft breathing. My thoughts drift between sleep and awake. They're puzzle pieces that slowly come together into a single unified phrase that wholly captures what I'm feeling. I love her. Finally. I feel a horrible disturbance approaching. Okay, that could have been worse. Inky, leave, wake up! The cursed beast plants both of its feet into my chest, shaking me by the collar. Olivia responds by swatting him clean off of me with her tail. Oh. He's fine. Olivia sets herself up, wiping the sleep from her eyes. Morning, Inko. Saturday morning. A check of my phone says that it's 7:30. Why would you want to wake up that early on a weekend? 4 hours too early. I feel that. I mean, not exactly 4 hours, but I love sleeping in. Barely. I sit up, narrowly missing Vinny's second landing zone. He's got the cable remote. The TV flickers to life and Vinny starts flicking through the channels at a speed only he can comprehend. Morning, Uncle. Damien enters from the hallway. Sorry about the wake-up call, it's Vinny's favorite season. Winter? Hockey. I mean, as far as sports go, hockey is pretty okay. Especially when they start beating the shit out of each other with a stick, so that's probably one of the reasons. Vinny cheers loudly, and I look to the screen to see a player being brutally slammed into the protective glass of the ice rink. That's also that. Ah, so should we move? Nah, too comfy. Yeah. I'm hungry. Go make breakfast. What do you want? A big plate of eggs and bacon. I think I'd burn the kitchen down first. There's plenty of cereal out there if you want some. Olivia drones dramatically. Fine. How hard it is to make scrambled eggs and some bacon, Inko, come on, dude. Gently untangling myself from Olivia's grasp, I shoot Damien a thumbs up as I make my way to the kitchen. A quick search through the cupboards and fridge nets me the necessary components, and I manage to avoid destroying the kitchen as I pour the cereal and milk into 2 plastic bowls. As I give each bowl a spoon, a vibration emanates from my pocket. I whip out my phone and check what it's for. It looks like a new 3-hour analysis of the 3rd place speedrunning world record for Wii Golf. Really? For real? That's the shitty look? I mean, okay, I'm not in that much better position to complain. I did watch that 6-hour-long rant about Toy Story 4. But really? Speedrunning golf games? The thumbnail displays the record holder's face with an arrow pointing to it and text proudly advertising. The Peanut Slurp Strat. Oh my fucking god. If you do not know what this is, then do not ask me because I am not explaining. Like, sorry. I'm really not much in the mood for these recently. I'll mute the notifications. And done. Proud of you, dude. As I return to the living room, the scene is a lot more lively. The 2 brothers are commentating the match to one another while gently shaking the couch in excitement. Olivia has since sat up and wrapped herself in the blanket, only opening a spot for me once I approach. I take the seat, offering her the bowl of sugary goodness which she greedily accepts. Not too long after we are cuddled together again, she leans her head against my shoulder. Despite the ruckus, I am able to find the perfect spot to snuggle with Olivia and enjoy her warmth. This is nice. We do our best to withstand Vinny's ramblings about hockey teams, though it seems like he's more interested in which team gets in the most fights rather than wins the most. That's okay. That's totally okay in my opinion. I look towards Olivia every so often, worried that she might be losing interest in just sitting here. But she always reassures me with a gentle smile, one that says she wouldn't have it any other way. Sharing in her contentment, we continue to snuggle on the couch together, occasionally cheering on the brothers as they celebrate the successes of their hockey team. Damien and Vinny start shouting in victory as the home team gets the final score. What a slap shot! Heard the excitement in the room? Watching hockey again? Sophia settles herself onto the recliner, opening up her laptop. Oh, the school's weekly newsletter just came in. Turn down the volume, Damien. Sure thing. Alright, first it says there's a basketball game this Friday against the Tail Spikes. In preparation for finals, tutoring will be open after school for everyone that needs it. Damien? Ah, right, okay, so that was meant to be a jab, I see. I got it covered, Mom. Liz is helping me out. I hope so. Senioritis won't be tolerated here. Oh, this is interesting. To other students, you are invited to St. Hammond's High School 2023 BC Winter Formal. Winter Formal? Damien yawns and stretches his arms behind his back. Yeah, some event for seniors they got every year. Basically a dance, but more fancy. It's like the biggest event of the year. So kinda like a prom, but in the middle of the school year, I guess. You know, next to graduation or prom or whatever. I don't think any of my previous schools ever did something like this, just regular dances. Immerse yourself in the serene beauty of the wintry night sky with music, food, entertainment, and much more. We will also be hosting a special memorial for one of St. Hammond's finest teachers who has recently passed, Mr. Trent Yadakan. Sure, that's going to be tough to see. The event will take place at the Volcaldera Convention Center on Friday, December 15th from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Come on, just a 3-hour party? Tickets for the Winter Formula are now on sale online or in Miss Prockling's class in room 211. It's $15 for one and $30 for couples. Please read our event dress code to know what will and will not be allowed for the formal. Have a great weekend, go Feathertails! Well, it seems like USP has something to look forward to next month. Mrs. Payne closes her laptop with a smile and sets it aside. Also, her smile is just so freaking adorable, like 10 out of 10 mom vibes. Mom, it's about that time. She gasps and checks the clock on the wall. I nearly forgot. Vinny, get your kimono on, I'll start the car. It's called a gi, Mom. Of course. I'll probably be running some errands while he's at karate practice, so I'll be out until dinner. I'm sure Vinny didn't mean to karate chop my throat as he got up. He's just eager to get to class. The backdrop from Olivia helps to clear my airway quicker at least. Sorry. Well then. Damien switches on some game and slumps in his familiar position in the recliner in mere seconds. I don't even know how he keeps track of the blur of colors on screen. I feel like it's going to give me a seizure if I look too hard. You're just not a trained gamer. Olivia tugs at my arm. Hey, wanna head back to my room and watch something? What do you have in mind? Nothing in particular. I'm sure I'll find something good. Alright. I follow Olivia's proud march into her room. The scent of paint is still a bit strong. But when is it not in here? It's impressive how she manages to actually hop from kneeling on the floor to kneeling onto her bed. Her tail pats the open spot next to her as an invitation. But not for me, as Gus seems to scurry out from wherever he was hiding to curl up right against Olivia's thigh. So I take the spot opposite of him, settling in right next to Olivia as she opens up her laptop. On the screen I see a plethora of folders with incomprehensible names, with multiple brackets alternating between kanji and English. Oh, she's torrenting all of them. I respect that. Olivia's cursor flies between each folder, her eyes scrunched in concentration as she tries to find the perfect show. She finally makes her choice, though what it is I don't know. The name is all Japanese written in English, and there's like 6 different things in brackets denoting language, aspect ratio, and more obscure details. For someone who never torrented a movie, this would seem like dark magic. A media player pops open, and the first thing to pop up is the silhouette of a Pachysaurus in old Japanese attire. And then the pop music started, in English. At first I was apprehensive with her pick, but it really is a good show. I'm fully enraptured by the Paki Samurai story, along with his budding romance with a young human girl who maintains her family's dojo. We fully settle in, Olivia splaying out across her bed and giving me just enough space to sit on my back against the wall beside her. While I'm fully enjoying the story, split equally between intense sword fights and bouts of lighthearted comedy, my thoughts go back to something else. The formal. And how to actually ask her to it. She's already going since it's also Mr. Yarakan's memorial. Olivia already asked me out on a date. Kinda. I'd argue strong odds into it, but then again I want to go out with her, so... It was very Olivia of her, so what would be Inko's way of doing it? Looking around for inspiration, I noticed that my girlfriend has left out a lot of her sketch material. Balled up papers and her sketch pad right by my knee. Guts laying atop her colored pencil case, and a mechanical pencil digged into my palm. Okay. While Olivia is focused on her laptop screen and the oddly not so bloody sword fight on it, I begin my greatest plan to date. First I sketch out what's meant to be a full-body portrait of Olivia. Okay, I mean, that works. Though the wheelchair ends up looking like it's a normal chair with rocks for wheels, her hands being just close and her tail shrunken down to a quarter of its actual size, it still resembles her. Somewhat, I guess. I flip on the mechanical pencil and slowly reach over with a pad, nudging the back of Olivia's head. She swats at it and eventually grabs it, yanking it in front of her. And then her tail starts wagging a bit. Bingo. It searches for my arm and wraps around it while Olivia furiously jots something down on the page. Okay, that's adorable. I lean forward to lay on my stomach beside her when she passes it back. She's drawn on an equally rough portrait of me, with my shades missing and my jacket looking more like a button-up. For a while, the two of us resume our drawing game from the start of the school year. Okay, one moment, I have to... Okay, that's definitely Mia, but I have no idea what she's chewing on. So many glasses. Okay, that's good. The immortal Stuffy, of course. Death by tail. Long neck, okay. That's pretty freaking adorable. Deity mine. Pat Chonker, of course, there had to be a dick pic. Pink lines, got no idea what's going on here. I'm pretty damn sure that's Keanu. That's Olivia with a revolver. Racism. Inco plus racism. Okay. But some of these are really, like, really good. Over the course of the Samurai Show's run, we decorate numerous sheets from his sketchpad with nonsensical doodles. Alright, it's time. I make sure my aunt's position is shielding the page. The next drawing has to be special. And I see just the spot for it. Oh, that's fucking smooth. That's smooth. Good respect, mother respect. My heart flutters a bit as I look it over. Could it be a little better? No, it's perfect. I pass the sketchpad over, just as I have a half dozen times now. Olivia stares at the little doodle on the page. I hear her breathing pick up. She pulls the pad aside, well out of my vision. I feel the bed wobble as she furiously scribbles something down. It sure is taking a while. On screen, the battle whatever has just finished an epic duel, winning with an intelligent use of technique and his sword's sheath, all without killing anyone. The pad is plopped in front of me. You in 3 seconds, oh. That's freaking adorable. For real. Like, this has just such a wholesome vibe from it. Oh boy. Oh, wonderful. Do not complain about the weight, this is freaking perfect. Olivia buries her snoot into the back of my head, nuzzling it aggressively. She's making those bellowing noises again. I'll take that as a resounding yes. You're not gonna let me up, are you? Nope. You're all mine. She keeps bellowing, but her focus slowly returns to the episode. For the rest of it, we remain like this. I got big plans. Just you wait. 1 week later. Okay. My shoes crunch through the layers of snow beneath me. Behind me, the trail's quickly swept over by fresh snowfall. The cold bites at any flesh it can reach, my ears, my nose, my exposed hand as it carries my precious cargo. Somewhere in the distance a dog barks. I am alone in this frigid wasteland. And to think it started so simply just 4 days ago. I'd gotten into a new routine at the start of the school week. Wake up, head to school, do my thing until the bell rings, then head on over to the Payne residence to check on Olivia. She texted me that the drafting for the painting was finished, and now it was time for the real task of filling the canvas with color. Every time I'd come over, I would find her sitting at the edge of her bed with a brush in her hand, analyzing the canvas with a kind of fire in her eyes that only a visionary like her would have. Back on Tuesday, I got a real craving for root beer. Olivia told me there was a gas station up the street and around the corner, and asked if I could get her a normal cola with a strange side eye. The trip was frigid, and I probably should have seen where this was going, but the soda was well worth it. Once Olivia found out I could survive the journey, she started requesting I go make more resupply missions. Of course. But I got caught in a return trip by Vinny and Randy. Short version of the story, I am now the resupply man for the household. That's what you get for being fully, Warm-blooded. I go out to get precious rations for my poor freezing shivering girlfriend and the other survivors of this inhuman climate of 31 degrees. It's been tough work, but it's been a blast. As I approach the front door, one of the survivors eagerly smushes his face into the glass window, ecstatic to see my triumphant return. The door opens for me and slams shut as I'm yanked in before the chilly air can creep in with me. Nice. I stumble forward and finally collapse onto the couch into Olivia's waiting arms. The moment my butt hits the comforter, she spreads out the large blanket she has open and enshrouds me in a warm, scaly embrace. Can't let my personal heating rack lose its warmth. I appreciate it. Olivia nuzzles in the crook of my neck and wraps her tail around my waist, trying her best to warm me up. One would assume that a literal cold-blooded Saurian would be a terrible way of warming up. Well, whoever they are, they're dead wrong. Setting the plastic bag on the floor, it begins getting passed around and everyone removes their various goodies. In seconds, Damien's chucked his battery acid energy drink. Good choice. That's what I needed. Say, you up for another tripping toe? Olivia signals to Vinny, who takes the empty bottle and bops him in the back of the head with it. Oh, Inko, while you were out, I finally thought of something. For our date? Yeah, you'll love it, it's... Okay. Olivia's breath catches. The two of us wait in anticipation as Randy gets the door. But we both know what it is already. Olivia, package for you. My head jostles to and fro, Olivia's excitement translating physically to her arms quaking wildly around my collar. Settle down, settle down. Randy hands the box containing her new wheelchair parts into the living room and sets it in front of the TV. Want me to set it up for you? Actually... Olivia lifts herself over the couch and starts pushing against the box, sliding it towards her room. Inko and I can do it. Alright. Olivia wakes me over to join her as she pops the door open and pushes the heavy-looking box into her room. Come on, what are you waiting for? Let's get to it. Like I said, she's freaking adorable. We sit on the edge of the bed with the box before us. Olivia takes a deep breath and extends a single claw. In a single motion, slices the tape open, letting the box flaps loose. She starts picking the individual parts out and laying them around. While she does so, I pick out the instructions. Really? What? Come on, give me that. She takes the instructions and rips them into bits. Thanks, I guess. Won't need that. I've had to fix my own chairs since I was a kid. Why you? I break it and fix it, simple as. And I broke it a lot when I was younger. Okay, curiosity peak. How? Olivia turns with the biggest grin on her face. Ramp jumps. You cannot be fucking serious. She doesn't elaborate, instead waddling over to her desk to retrieve a small hex key set. For the next 15 minutes we begin to assemble the wheelchair. And once again she's freaking adorable. As it turns out, building this thing isn't as complex as I thought it'd be. Most of it is really just as simple as connecting tab A into slot B. There's an innuendo there. We're near finished now. The metal frame stands proud, missing everything needed to make it comfortable. Like the seat. This bit connects to the handles there. Alright. So, you're about to tell me about idea that I'd love for a date? Oh, yeah. Have you ever been to a hibachi grill? Wait, is that the place, like where the table also has this big heating pad and the guys basically cook the food right in front of you? Because if that's what I'm thinking about, then this is freaking amazing. At least from what I saw, never been to one. I would love to actually go to one. I've heard of them. They're great, you gotta try it. They sit you down at a table, right? And in the middle of the table is a big flat top grill. Then the chef... Hand me that piece right there. Thanks. Then the chef comes in with this cart full of the stuff that you ordered. Once the grill gets hot, they start cooking the food right in front of you. And then they bring a whole new meaning to playing with your food. Sounds pretty sweet, right? By the way, that goes the other direction. Whoops. Yeah, that honestly sounds pretty fun, Lou. Also, turns out I was right, that's exactly what I thought about. It's like dinner and a show, but dinner is the show. I've been wanting to eat at a place like that for years. Alright then, as soon as we finish this, let's call for a table and go. Yes! Someone's excited. I would be too. Olivia's arm and tail wrap around me in a hug, her other hand preoccupied with adjusting the chair seat to the perfect height. After touching the armrest the handle, I stand up in triumph over the fully built mobility chair. Well, I can safely say that your new wheelchair is completed by yours truly. You put the wheel on backwards there. Really? See, if I had sat in that, it would have crumpled and it would have killed me. Oh. She lightly taps me with one of the spare parts. Yeah, so stop trying to kill me, dummy. Just to be safe, we're probably gonna have to go back a few steps to make sure this thing is built correctly. Wonderful. Finally, it's done. Olivia inspects my work, nodding in approval on occasion and adjusting a few parts. Carefully, she moves herself from her bed into the seat. So, how is it? Darn it, my legs still don't work. Oh god. Yeah, you did great. Feels just like the old one. Great job, Inky. Don't sigh yet. The night is just getting started. Her tail slithers around my wrist, inviting me to take the wheel. You ready? Yep, it'll be cold. I'll be fine, I got a personal furnace with me. Moon silver irises turn to me half-lit, letting me know what my real role in Olivia's life is now. How nice. Furnace? Not something sweeter like heated blanket or comforting? Yeah, no, I say that and then my aunt and uncle would be giving me that talk all over again. Fair enough. Fair enough, I am not going to... Yeah. Before we knew it, we were admiring passing buildings as our railcar races towards the city. One thing we noticed were the Christmas lights tangled about inside the metro, which gave it a much cozier vibe. As we near the concrete jungle, even the streetlights and buildings grow infested with a holiday cheer. I can only imagine what this place will look like in the coming days. Pretty awesome, I guess. The Christmas decor, especially with snow, is something amazing, at least in my opinion. Definitely coming back later with Olivia, along with my camera. After a bit of walking and sightseeing, we arrive in the city's Japanese district, Little Trudon. As eager as I am to look around and immerse myself in the surroundings, Olivia's appetite for hibachi outranks it. We can always check it out after anyways. Was it exactly Lil Trudan considered to be not exactly that safe? At least that's what Fang and Anon told us. Heading inside, there's a distinct scent in the air that enters my nose. I can't pinpoint what it exactly smells like, but the word aromatic comes to mind. I'm pretty sure that's a mix of ginger and garlic. That stuff is, and chili oil. Konnichiwa, welcome. A table for two episode? Yes, I called earlier for a reservation. The waitress takes a moment to look at the tablet placed in front of her. Ah yes, table for Mr. Nino and guest, follow me. She grabs us a menu and leads us to the main dining area. As we guided through the restaurant, I take in the interior design, seeing various set pieces, decor, and portraits of famous actors posing with who I assume is the owner of the restaurant. Entering into the main dining area, the sound of lively conversation floods my ears, as does the savory fragrance of the food being cooked for the other patrons. Just as Olivia said, each table had a grill in the center where a chef was chopping, dicing, and slicing. I can feel my mouth filling up with drool with each passing moment. Finally, we reach our table where another party occupies the other remaining seats. Enjoy! Oh, okay, so this is the table. Okay, I thought that something was going on, but no, that's the table. So, how would you... My hand waves over Olivia around her chair's handlebars. Sorry? Olivia seems to understand what I'm about to entail because without a word, she effortlessly holds herself up on a wheelchair onto the dining chair. I fold the wheelchair, place it by a nearby wall, and seat myself next to her. I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on. Okay. Nice. So, how are you feeling so far, Liv? Olivia smiles, letting her cold fingers play near the grill before us. Her tail curls up over the counter and joins them. I joined her for a few seconds, warming my knuckles. I already like this place. It's like a combo of a show, a dinner, and a sauna. Reach for the menu that sits between us. Let's see. You already know what you want to get? Sushi? They got the good stuff here. She points to something on the menu I don't have hope of ever pronouncing correctly. Nevertheless, it looks appetizing. What about you? I'm thinking something warm and filling. Oh, what about this dish then? She points at one of the specialty dishes that Trudan delight. Okay. Chicken breast, hibachi steaks, and colossal shrimp lightly seasoned and grilled. Ah, kind of like a variety dish. Sounds good enough for me. At variety, an idea overcomes me and I scan the menu thoroughly. The section in particular takes up nearly the entire page. It's something I recalled from some of the foodie blogs I'd read. Hey, why don't we try all the appetizers? What? Laying the menu flat before her to the appetizer page, her eyes widen at how many choices there are. Yeah, like we should try sampling everything and see which is best. That'd be really expensive though, right? It would. Each plate already costs over $15. But consider the experience. I can see her practically salivating as she looks at the page. I mean, yeah, the expression is really matching. How about half then? That'd still be around 7 plates, but I'm sure I can cover that much. Okay. She cuts me off before I can cheer. But not all at once. Huh? I want to appreciate the show too. No, 2 dishes at a time. It's a weak concession, and I already figured out this plan to fill up early to save my bank account. Sure, so we debate which appetizers to pick and start with. Our voices are mingling with the rest of the ambience as we wait to order. By the time somebody comes around, we've compiled a list of the most appealing sounding options. Eventually, a chef approaches our table with a large fork and blade in hand, scraping the two against each other in a theatrical manner before greeting us and heating up the stove. He uses a nearby container of oil to cover the cooking surface in the shape of a smiley face before setting the assortment on fire and spreading it across the stove with a blade. A second staff member drops up a cart filled with uncooked meats and veggies that will soon become our dinner. With his ingredients ready, the chef starts his performance, expertly spinning his razor-sharp utensils with a grin on his face. I mean, from one side that's a show, from the other side I think I would reflexively just lean back if someone started to spin a knife right in front of my face. Vegetables diced and stacked into explosive minifigures. Meat sizzled, flipped, and thrown through the air. Fish and shrimp sliced and juggled around the chef without even looking. Even as we were served up our starting orders, we were entirely too focused on the master chef. Olivia is completely enthralled by the performance. Not that she's the only one. The dexterity and skill the chef has with our food isn't like anything I've seen at any high-class restaurants my parents dragged me to before. I mean, fair enough, if you're a chef in a place like this, in a hibachi place, then not only he has to be an extremely good chef, but also make it look good for other people. If it's stuff like just a 3-star Michelin restaurant, then they are sitting in the kitchen, nobody's looking at their hands, so yeah, that's two completely different worlds, I believe. After a minute or two of watching the chef's culinary showmanship, the couple beside us received the order. He eases over a step to now stand before Olivia and I, his eyes carefully scanning a tiny scrap of paper before nodding. Konbanwa, my hungry-looking friends. Oh, I'm definitely hungry-looking, but Olivia? Looking at her, Olivia's eyes are the size of her plate, her lips are trembling over her smile, and her chopsticks creak within her fingers. Her first time here, I assume? Mine too. Hi, new friends to our lovely city. Allow me to give you a proper vocal their welcome. Before I can tell him we aren't tourists, the cook sets down a pre-peeled onion on the grill. With his sharpened spatula and tongs, the onion is cut expertly, and then its rings separated and stacked into a neat cone. When he then raises a finger with a smile, I can't help but lean forward. He holds up a bottle of clear liquid and squirts it into the cone. Oh. I reel back at the sudden heat erupting from the onion cano, fingers tapping just above my eyes. Oh shit, my eyebrows! You're fine, Inko, relax. Confirming the few bits of hair are still on my head, the chef laughs and slides the onion creation around. Warm enough for a welcome? Quite. He laughs as the onions are added to our first appetizer plate, a sample of various garnished fish and meats. Olivia is quick to take a still sizzling piece of steak and chomp on it, chewing on it, even as her eyes water from the heat of it. The chef notices and uses his spatula to slide Olivia's glass of water closer to her, which she uses to quickly cool her tongue. I'm happy to see you so eager to enjoy my cooking, but a good meal is best savored slowly. My hand rubs Olivia's back in comfort, but she still smiles and reaches for another cut of steak. Totally worth it. One by one, more and more appetizers are given to us. While I don't normally go into detail about each one's unique flavors and how it affects my palate, only one thing really comes to mind. It's freaking delicious. Olivia seems to have the same sentiment, currently scarfing down the rest of the salmon rolls. Any couples here tonight? For a moment I glance at the girl beside me, enjoying her own little moment as she chows down on her food. We are. Ah, well, it's the holiday season, which means the chef hovers his prongs over our heads with something green placed on its end. It's mistletoe. A kiss between the gentleman and the Wani girl, yes? Tender. A lingering pleasantness fills my heart as the chef tosses the mistletoe on his steak, revealing its true identity as garnish. Hey, what does Wani mean? It means gator. Oh, I guess I do look like a gator. Yeah. I'm always thinking of you as the green gator girl. Really? What, as opposed to the green baryonyx girl? They see Damien and refer to him as the red Dilophosaurus guy too. Hey, I'm Inka. Wow, I just heard a noise. I craned my head towards the direction of the pink... Oh, okay, I cannot properly pronounce that. Dilophosaurus, okay, and blue Aphollodonosaurus. Holy shit. I was not prepared for that. I get it. Good. Everyone, I just met a Triceratops. In fact, I met two. Shut up. I use my chopsticks to fling an onion over to her. She deftly chomps it out of the air. Okay, who are the Discalions? Oh, that's us! That was actually pretty heartwarming. With one last bite of shrimp, we finished our meal. The chef spins his utensils and gives us a bow, bidding us a wonderful evening. I managed to slip him a generous tip as thanks for his hospitality. As the waitress hands me the bill, she asks if we'd like some complimentary ice cream, which Olivia happily accepts. Some desserts sound good right now, so why not? It's not long until we're cutting open sweet, flaky shells of fried cake batter to get the cool and tasty ice cream course of our free deep-fried ice cream. This is fucking delicious. It sounds like a joke, but no, deep-fried ice cream is a thing. I actually had a chance to taste this stuff. These are like really deeply frozen ice cream. The batter is made several times and also frozen over several times just to make sure that it's basically rock solid, and then it's tossed onto the deep fryer for like, I don't know, 10 seconds or something. But the flavor is fucking amazing. It's like your weekly dose of calories, so I'm not eating these often because I'm trying to watch my weight, but really, this shit's fucking amazing. God be damned, I need something sweet to cap that off. Actually, hey, we'll be alright for a while. I got an idea. Alright? Trust me, I'll be right back. There's a general store right across. Excellent. I cross, hopeful they have what I have in mind. I'm back. Your ice cream was starting to melt. I was considering eating it. Rude! After I went out and got these just for you. I hand her the plastic bag. Pocket warmers. How considerate of you, Inky. She stuffs them in the pocket of her hoodie, cracking them to start the heating. I grab her wheelchair and unfold it next to her, offering a hand to help her into it. There's still a whole city out there. Wanna go see it? She takes my hand, interlocking her fingers between my own. Absolutely. Back outside, I finished the last of my dessert and let out a sigh of satisfaction. That was delicious. Couldn't agree more, but I'm not sure how fond I am of having the smell of hibachi on my clothes. Nah, that's also okay. Better than that cologne you always use. You notice that? Her head suddenly turns away, focusing instead on the open-air market in the distance. Well, we're in a little throwdown. The weather makes foot traffic non-existent. The town is ours. Where do you want to go first? She looks positively giddy looking around the stalls, looking for the best place to start. That way, I got a great feeling about it. With Olivia as my guide, we make our way towards the shopping center. Man, as if the main part of the city's holiday lighting wasn't captivating already, Little Trudon is just as whimsical. Fairy lights wrap around the street lamps while paper lanterns hang along the street, illuminating our path in a reddish hue. Holiday cheer and cultural tradition meshed perfectly together. It does look pretty. We're here. Here looking to be some kind of Arabian bazaar from a movie, except built into a building. There's walls and even a ceiling, though the ceiling is plastic and semi-transparent. But the walls are all cut into, with cheap canopies jutting from the tops of the openings and so many colorful knickknacks hanging from them and over tables equally filled to bursting with a plethora of items. Every other stall I see a seller stationed right next to that cheap heater, waving and shouting at anyone who passes by. While the streets had looked devoid of people, this shopping center was packed to the brim. That's the one. The one? I just know it. Lead the way. As we got closer, I can't help but notice the variety of interesting items being sold. Cheap-looking toys that light up and make music, t-shirts with various decals and vulgar jokes, and jade jewelry that looks like it was handmade this morning. All of which have signs marking the prices that, frankly, reflect their quality very poorly. Come on, don't be a spoilsport, dude. Further down the shopping center, we reach a section of the indoor market that looks almost like a convenience store. Shelves upon shelves of exotic produce are placed along every wall of the store. In the center are displays showcasing snacks and candies with ineligible signs and cutesy mascots. The ceiling's now covered in greenery, more paper lanterns, and banners adorning more Japanese text. Olivia's eyes light up with glee upon seeing the wide array of oriental goodies. You know, let's make this our Christmas shopping. She nods and grins as we start scanning each stall slowly. Immediately I'm drawn to one that's exceptionally vibrant from all the toys on the show. Some of the plastic figures are even making noises, though there's a certain rattiness to them. Still, I'm sure I can find something for Vinny. Recalling our first meeting, I looked for any Power Raptor figure I can find on the table. Aha! Picking up a package figure, I wave Olivia over from her sugary treat hunting. Think Vinny will like this? She quirks an eyebrow briefly and then gives me the flattest stare I've ever seen. And Buck saying that Inko just got some sort of knockoff or something like that. No. Why not? Inko, that's such a shitty bootleg. Like, it's not even named right. I look at the package with a small green figure. Powerful Raptorials. Of course. Huh. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is cheap knockoffs. If you want the good stuff, you gotta look in the back. The back? She rolls her eyes but motions for me to follow. Olivia wheels herself past the table and deeper into the stall. The first thing I notice is how there's even more boxes of toys along one wall. And opposite to that, a wall covered with a lot of swords and knives and other pointy little things. That sounds like my thing. Instead of looking at the toy wall, Olivia's eyes are glued to the weapon racks. Same girl, same. I don't think Sophia would approve. You could call it an educational toy. And if someone gets hurt, then it will be a very important lesson. Oh yeah, no. It takes colossal effort on her part to turn herself around. I feel you there, girl. Partially from how cramped the space is, but mainly how her eyes lingered on a particular sword on a shelf. Looking closer, it kind of looks like the one from a show we watched together. Neat. Maybe... Nah, Sophia definitely wouldn't approve. It doesn't take long for Olivia to pick out a pair of toys to give Damien's younger brother. Though I don't think wooden weaponry counts as toys. Our purchases were made, we moved on to the next person on our list and the next stall. We ventured through the halls deliberately, throwing ideas back and forth on ideas for the rest of the paints. I was astonished to find a jacket close in design to mine, but for a fraction of the price and just the right size for Damien. Really? Like... Okay, I'm not gonna comment on that, but... Yeah, most of the expensive clothing, like 80% of the price tag, is in the logo. And Olivia pointed out a neat little statue of an insect carved out of amber stone. She said it'd be perfect for Randy, so it's added to the pot. That left Sophia, and Olivia had brought us to a stall filled with textile materials. I hadn't known she was a seamstress, but Olivia explained that it's one of her favorite hobbies. Not knowing much on that matter, I let Olivia go and talk with the shopkeeper about what she was looking to buy while I stayed close to the front. Near the cash register, I spot one of those tiny novelty prize dispensers. One in particular catches my eye. It looks like some variation of whack-a-mole featuring little alligator heads. Cute, she would love one of these. It just so happens I have 5 quarters. I turn the crank and get a spherical capsule in exchange. What you getting? Olivia, I got this for you. Oh. I place the little toy in her hands. She brings it closer to examine. Ah, I can see it. It's adorable. Look, I can bop it with a little hammer. Ah. Ine, okay. Ow! I know just the place for it. This is going right in my little treasure hoard. Okay, that's a massive compliment. The thought brings a smile to my face. Did you find what you were looking for? Yep. She pulls out a few colorful models from her chest compartment. These babies will look great on the canvas. They had just the colors I needed too. Wow, how is it different from regular paints from the store? In some way, it just is. And that's what it just is. But it just is. Okay. I also got Auntie a roll of fox silk. She always wanted to work with silk. An hour later, we've seen just about everything. Looks like it's just in time too. All the friendlier stalls are starting to close down. I don't want to get caught in tight alleyways in the city after dark, so Olivia and I call it a night and start heading back to the metro station. We make one last turn to come to the entrance and whoa. Oh, whoa, indeed. Holy shit, that looks beautiful. But yeah, I am a sucker for those things, but yeah. It's a large circular clearing, the widest space I've seen around here. Probably meant for performance and such. In the center there's a huge Christmas tree with colorful strings of lights connecting it to the surrounding stalls. How did we miss this coming in? Whoa! We both have to crane our necks to see the star on top. It looks like mosaic, each panel a different color to create a star within a wreath, the entirety with a glow from a singular light source from within. The colored lights bounce off of us as we approach. They color Olivia's snoot in reds, blues, purples, even some more vibrant greens. Even her breath, coming out as vapor, lit up like it's part of the Christmas tree. For a moment, we stare at the Christmas tree in silence. All I can hear is the subtle ambience of our surroundings. It's serene. Was this a nice break? Yeah, but you know me, I'm itching to get back into it. We look back up at the tree. It's bright. Merry Christmas, Olivia. Christmas isn't until another few weeks. I know, just felt like saying it. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Olivia's hands finds mine, our fingers intertwining slowly and our palms pressed warmly together. She doesn't speak, but her eyes convey so much. I carefully set down our shopping bags and take a knee beside her. She leans over her chair's armrest, bringing her head close until she can rest her chin on my shoulder. I can feel her lips move in a silent whisper as she nuzzles against me gently. As cute. A smile comes to my face as she mouths her appreciation for our first official date. Following her example, I lean my head back against her. My jaw moves, but no words come out. After all, we don't want to disrupt the peaceful silence. But still, I know Olivia understands my own wordless thanks as I feel her lips quick into a smile. We stay pressed together for some time, at least until my knees couldn't bear the stone floor and her scales couldn't handle the cold. Allowing the comfortable silence to continue, I stand up and slowly take us back to the station. The ride home, we were lucky enough to get a whole train car to ourselves. Olivia huddles close the whole way back. Okay, gotta admit, I did not expect a date, but I gotta admit the entire outcome and everything was just beautiful. And with a little bit of hope, this is a transition between scenes. Let's hope, and not like last time, but then again, do we even care? It's still a lovely story, and it makes a nice separation between episodes. Because, yeah, it's been definitely over an hour, and this is where I'm wrapping everything up. Because I do not want to drag everything into yet another almost 2 hour episode. It was fun, but still. So, saving everything over here and wrapping everything up. That's all for today's episode. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Have a great one.